thought I'd throw out a couple updates today. We had our electrical inspection last week, and I wanted to kind of fill you in on how that went and how it's working with the power company. The electrical inspection was such a piece of cake. I couldn't believe it. Literally took about 2 to 3 minutes to discuss what I'd done. He put his sticker on, and we talked about some other things, but the actual inspection went really easy. He only wanted one little thing changed, and it was a real minor thing where the conduit penetrated the wall. He wanted metal EMT there. So that wasn't a big deal. Super easy to change. Got that changed in like 10 minutes, and away we went. But he signed off on it that day, put his sticker on. I put all the paperwork into the power company, and they came out today, and we got our meter changed out. And I found a couple interesting things about that. The old meter that was there, the little snake on the bottom, or whatever they call that thing, would go backwards, but it looked like it was actually ticking up on the watt hour meter. And come to find out, that's actually what it was doing. So even though we were producing power back into the grid, it was still counting ticking up. It was that particular meter, the way it's programmed, will only go one direction. So whether it's producing your back feeding or it's coming into your house, it's just ticking up the whole time. So we got that changed out today. The power company had some other little questions. They just mainly wanted to make sure that there's shutoffs available that they can get to easily. We had to placard right next to the meter that there's a parallel generation on site, and that here's where you go shut the inverter off if you need to. And I made it real easy. Right behind the solar panels, there's a big switch there to kill the DC side, and it just kills the thing altogether. They were happy with it. It's a little different than they'd seen on some of the other installations. Most of them had done it on the AC side, but they were okay with it on the DC side. As long as the thing shuts off, they were perfectly happy with it. So we got the meter changed, and this is kind of what it looks like. Running backwards right now. We're not, during the day we don't consume a lot of power here. There's not a lot going on unless I'm out in the shop working. But, here's a look at the inverter also. Today, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 2:30, we're producing roughly 2,800 watts right now. And that's with half the array up. When I get the other half up, we'll pretty much max out that 6K inverter. And I think our power bills, at least during the sunny months, will be kind of a wash. We'll produce enough during the day that kind of counteracts what we consume at night. At least that's the plan, or at least get it down to where we're producing most of our own power. So that's the update on that. It seems to be working great. Like I said, if I had a big wind turbine out here the last few days, boy, we would really be producing power. The wind has been just non-stop. I think it was Saturday. Boy, the wind was just, I think we had gusts up to about 60 miles an hour. And, we've got one shed that's got a little bit older shingles on it, and that thing kind of took a beating. But other than that, we escaped unharmed. I was a little bit worried about my solar panels because I haven't had a chance to put one of the side braces on yet, but they held up fine, no problem at all. So the other thing I wanted to give an update on is on a lot of the mine videos and some of the ham videos, you've seen me using a drone to take some of the footage. Well, it was a DJI Phantom 3 Pro. Really good drone. I really like that drone. The only thing is, compared to the newer drones, it's very big, especially when you're trying to pack that thing in to a mine site. It was pretty cumbersome. So let me show you what I just picked up. So in some of the videos that I hiked into a mine, and then you saw me take drone footage, this is what I had on my back. This backpack for the Pro 3, the Phantom Pro 3. So I had this along with my regular pack kind of strapped. If I remember, I had this strapped on the outside of my regular day pack. And talk about cumbersome trying to walk with this thing on. Even though it's not real heavy, that thing sticks out, quite a ways from your back, and it's just a real pain to carry into mines. So instead of this is its replacement. That is the Mavic Air. Quite a difference. And yeah, I know there's a lot of extra stuff in that pack, but I can put all the accessories and the remote in this little pack and still have room left over. In fact, I've already set up in my day pack that I can just take a little corner of my day pack and carry 2 extra batteries, the remote and the drone, and hardly take up any room in there. So this is going to be a huge improvement for going out and doing some mine exploration when I need to take some drone footage. The Phantom works great, it takes excellent footage, and on an upcoming video I'll show you the difference in the footage between the two. I still like the Pro 3 here for the footage, and there's a lot of things I like about it. Just it's so large compared to this little guy. I mean, just incredible. The other thing I really like about this drone is it has sensors around it, so I don't fly it into stuff quite as easy. It starts to warn you when you get too close to things. So that's a huge thing for me, because I don't fly this thing all the time, so I don't get real proficient at it. And I've crashed the big guy here several times into trees, especially when I'm flying it back to myself and it's looking away. The controls are reversed, or no, excuse me, when I'm flying it back to myself and it's looking towards me, the controls are reversed, and come in for a landing and think I'm moving it left, and I fly it right into a tree. And the one I really remember was at the Golconda mine. I was flying this thing back and just trying to come in for a landing. I thought, well, I'm just going to move this over to the left just a little bit, make sure I'm clear of that tree. And of course the controls are reversed because they had it looking at me, and I'm not smart enough to turn it around and look the other way. And I hit the controls and bam, right into a tree, and down she went. Fortunately, this thing's really tough, and the extra blades are really cheap for it. I think they're like 12 bucks a set. That's the only thing that hurt, was broke one of the blades, but this thing's a really tough drone. I'm hoping this little guy's as tough as this guy, but I kind of doubt it. It doesn't look like it's quite as robust, but with the collision avoidance, should be okay with it. And with all the planned mining adventures I have this summer, that little drone's going to come in really handy. Well, I just wanted to give a quick update today about the new drone, and also about the power system, and that we've got the electrical inspection done and the grid tie system is up and operating, and really no problems to speak of with the electrical inspector or the power company. So have a great day, and we'll see you guys on the next video.